happy to have as our first guest tonight a young gentleman that we wanted to get in the playoffs last year because he had such a fine semifinal series against the Leafs, but this is his first season as a regular, Rod Gilbert. Nice to have you here, Rod. And tell me, are you feeling the pressure more as a regular than you did in that Stanley Cup last year or not?
Well, I'll tell you what, I sure do now, Ward, because last year I didn't expect to play until the last minute that Sunday, and actually they just threw me in there, and I felt pretty good. But now this year I became a regular, and I hope to remain as a regular, and it's pretty tough to do.
Well, here's a man who has won the NHL scoring championship 2 years in succession, Stan Makita. Stan, nice to see you.
All right.
We're all set for another hockey season. How about you?
Yes, sir. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, 2 years in a row you've been scoring champion. Do you think you have a possibility of repeating this year?
Well, I don't know. It was quite an honor to win it the first time, and I'll tell you, a real great thrill to win it the second time, especially in a row. Now, third time, I don't know.
A fellow who made an exceptionally fine start in the National Hockey League last year, Phil Esposito. How are you, Phil?
Fine, thank you, Ed. How are you?
Well, very good, and looking forward to another great season.
Yes, I am too. I think it's going to be a terrific hockey season this year because there's a lot of well-balanced hockey clubs. I think it's more well-balanced this year than last year.
I am inclined to agree with you, and I think the two tail-end teams will be in the contention throughout the season. But as far as you yourself are concerned, what about the sophomore jinx? Do you think you will have any problems this year?
You know, it's funny, Ed. During the summertime, I was thinking about this, the sophomore jinx. They have it in baseball, they have it in football, and I was wondering whether they have it in hockey or not. But actually, I'm not worried now because I feel that I've come into camp in shape, and I had a pretty good training camp, and I'm playing with two great hockey players, and Bobby Hull and Chico Mack.
Here's a fellow, 6'1", 200 pounds, scored 63 goals in the OHA Junior A last year. Kenny Hodge. Kenny, how do you think you'll do this year?
Well, I'll just have to wait and see how things go, Ed. It's just a pleasure to be playing in the National League, and I'll just have to wait and see how things go.
I suppose you'd be happy to get a third of those goals.
I'll be happy just getting the first one, to tell you the truth.
Sawchuck, the man in the mask. Can you talk through that, Terry?
Not too good, Ward. It's a little warm.
Good. Well, there's been a lot of conversation on this lately. Now, just what kind of a mask is it? What is this?
It's made out of fiberglass, about 3 or 4 layers. It's molded to my face, and just the mouth and the eyes are marked out. And these other holes here are just air holes, so there's a little air in there.
Mm-hmm. And Terry, tell me, who sort of designed this one?
Well, Lefty Wilson makes these, and yes, I find them they're better than the other ones. I've had this for a couple of years, but I just started wearing it this year.
How come you just started to wear it this year?
Well, at the end of last season, Mr. Adams was our general manager then, asked me if I'd wear a mask next year, and I said yes, I would. So I started out at training camp this year, and I wore it out west on an exhibition tour, and then I came back and I asked Mr. Abel if I could wear it, and he said, sure, go ahead if you want to.
You mentioned a mold. What did they do first, Terry?
It comes in like, just looks like cloth put in flour, and they just wet it and put it right on your face, and it hardens, and then after they cut the eyes out and the mouth part and everything.
Now, do you feel, as has been suggested in some of the stories, that this is sort of giving you a little bit of extra confidence?
Well, I don't know if it has, maybe subconsciously it has, but things have been going pretty good with it. And then
I want to ask you about these masks that I know the Detroit organization makes its goaltenders wear them in practice. Did you ever wear a mask, Johnny?
Yes, Ted. I wore a mask in Cleveland once. Apparently, we wanted to try it out, see how strong it was. So Steve Kravchuk, apparently I told him to go to the blue line to flip a puck at me. So I put the mask on, apparently, and I saw the thing coming. And I was afraid I might get hit in the throat, so I just ducked, and I got hit right in the middle of the head for 6 stitches. And that was it. I just took it off, and I never wore it since.